What's up, Everyday Blades? We have another Olamic cutlery or Olamic customs on the channel. The last time I reviewed one, it was the smaller version of this kind of. It said Olamic Tactical on there, but that was years ago. I think I looked and it was like 5 years ago last time I reviewed one of these. This is a Olamic Customs. I think all of their knives are customs. I'm pretty sure. You can correct me on that in the comments, but I believe all their knives are custom. So it comes with the Olamic Wayferer. Good looking knife. And it comes with this sweet steampunk skull. Really awesome. I don't do lanyards, but I like lanyard beads for some reason. I will put lanyards like on a little flashlight or something like that, or I put them off the zippers on my bag to find the zippers better and open my bag. I will use them for that. Just don't put them on knives. So let's check it out. Check out what we got here. So the first thing that's glaring to you is all the speed holes, and they make lots of variants. Each one of these are customs. So you got cool polished rim speed holes all the way down. Got a proprietary pivot. I don't know why they're still doing that. I think even Medford quit doing that. Very few people do a proprietary pivot, and if they do, they provide a tool to open it. We didn't get, and this is a secondary purchase. This is not a new knife by any means, so it's just got a few little scratches on it. It's a user. But it's a spanner bit, but that's a pretty wide spanner bit right there. You probably have to use like spanner pliers or something to open it, but luckily it's in decent shape. Well, actually I am going to have to open it up because the blade's not 100% centered. I'm going to have to loosen that up and loosen all these screws up and try to recenter the blade. We do have a lock bar stabilizer, over travel stop, and a lock bar insert. So you're not titanium on steel, so you definitely don't have any type of lock stick. We have a polished ceramic ball. I'm a big fan of that when it works. This one does seem to work decently. Could use a little more ramp in the front, or could use some ramp at all. It doesn't have any. There's a gap there that lets you do it, but there's no kind of ramp there, and it works better than it looks. I'll tell you that. It's not perfect, but it works better than it looks. The back spacer is super nice on this. How they put spacers in between the scales and the back spacer. It's a nice look. Big lanyard loop for you lanyard guys. A little bit of a strike. They use T6 screws on here. And that's okay. That's not a huge thing, but I just don't know why you wouldn't use T8 on there. Just use big, fat, beefy T8s on there. This is kind of a steampunk look, industrial look. Use some big screws in there. It would look sharp. And then put another T25 roundish head on there. That would look cool. Just my opinion. Got some writing inside here. It says Wayfarer. Let's see if I got a flashlight handy. Wayfarer 247 is the model. And this is T215M. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a serial number, possibly. It's got the ceramic detemp ball. It works perfectly. If this was just a flipper, I wouldn't be super interested in it. It works really well as a flipper, but it should, because that thing's a monster sticking out there. It works perfectly, no doubt in it. Keeps your finger from sliding off and getting on the blade. That's nice, but I'd rather it just be a thumb hole because it works really well as that. But at least it has that, and that's what makes it appeal to me. It's running on ceramic bearings, ceramic cage bearings, and they got this proprietary pivot on both sides. That means you got to have two spanner bits to open this thing. I don't get it. The clip is good looking. It's a milled clip. Like I said, doesn't have enough ramp on it, but it works. It gets the job done. I would have liked to have seen that milling on the inside of the lock bar. If, like I said, I've been saying it for years now, if it's possible. I may not know what the hell I'm talking about. Some knives may have to have it like that. I just think I see a lot of knives with it, and it looks a lot better. The Flats look really nice. I wish they would have carried that same look. The look looks decent with the shiny and the rough a little bit, but I like my blades to be shiny. This, when you use it a lot, it's going to show scratches pretty good. This is going to wear and kind of polish, and it's just going to show the use more than if you just did the whole thing in a satin. Plus, to me, it would look better. But it doesn't look bad, and it will function fine. It's not like people are going to be out there cutting open concrete sacks with a $700 knife or whatever this is. Blade steel is S90V. Big fan. Hard to sharpen. Harder to sharpen than some. If you have a sharpening system, it's not difficult. It just gets expensive after a while because they eat up that, and S110V and stuff like that eats up stones, diamond stones, pretty quickly. And diamond stones are expensive, especially Wicked Edge. They can get expensive on you, and they seem to wear. I get about a year out of them if I use it pretty seriously. Most of the year, I get about a year out of my stones, and to replace them is like $1,200 to replace all my stones. So I did all that one time once before. I don't want to do that again because they weren't all worn out. You don't wear all your stones out. You mainly wear the fine stones out. So as they start to wear, I'll order a set of them and kind of spread it out throughout the year. Spread out the pain. Let's see how sharp this is. Not that this matters because this is a user, but I don't know who sharpened it or what. But it's sharp. I mean, it's cut paper. No, shaves here plenty perfect. Yeah, it's got thick blade stock on it. It's thick behind the edge, but it does fine. The blade is a hair off. It leans to this side just a hair. When you push it over, it stays in the middle almost. So I need to loosen up all these screws, push it over here, and then tighten everything back up, and it should. It needs so little that it will. I know that it will work. It'll do that. Just needs a little adjusting. Let's look at it up against a couple other knives. Good old Rat 1, or no, Rat 2, and the Rat 1. Let's take a couple of measurements. I like the case that comes in. That's pretty nice. Olamic Customs. Never the same. And that may be the case also by that phrase right there. I don't see two of the same. I guess they make a different variant for every knife. 3.5. I'm not positive of that, but that's what it seems like. 3.5 and 4 3/4. 3.5 on the blade, 4 3/4 on the handle scales. And let's check the fatness. 4.6. Nice. It's a good blade. It's an expensive blade. Like I said, upwards around $700. I paid way less than that. This is a user one, and it's used one that reduces the price a lot. It's a user. It's got scratches all over the pivots and not beat up by any means, but it's been used. The blade's not razor sharp. You can just see a little bit of wear on it. So I got a deal on it. And to wrap up my issues are pocket clip needs a little bit of a ramp, maybe a hair more spring, get rid of the proprietary pivot. Centering's off a little bit. That's not a deal breaker. I can fix that. Other than that, it's just small picky stuff. Just my personal preferences. Overall, it's a good knife. I mean, if you like the way that knife looks, it'll probably last you forever and then some. So there it is, the Olamic Wayfarer Custom. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country. Good night.